Hello, stamping friends. This is Tracy Rather from Plum Crazy Stamping. So glad to do the Paper Pumpkin Workshop on July 1st, 2024. Can you believe that it is officially the second half of the year? Things have certainly been flying by. Summer has officially started, and yeah, we're having a great day today. Believe it or not, when I woke up, it was in the 50s, now in the 70s. It's just gorgeous. As you are joining me tonight, if you are watching on Facebook Live, please sign in the comments with your name and where you're watching from. And if you're on YouTube, please also sign in. And to do that, either sign into your Google account or your YouTube account, and then you'll be able to use the comments. I'm very interested in who you are, where you're watching from, and if you have any questions. Please use the comments for that and feedback on the project. So tonight we're going to be doing the June Paper Pumpkin Kit. Let me switch so you can see the desktop here. Here is our paper pumpkin, and this one is called Life is So Sweet. And once again, this is the June 2024 kit. So this is our monthly subscription program where you subscribe to it either for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, or you can go month by month. And it's a wonderful surprise that shows up in your mailbox every month. So when it comes, they let me know it's on its way, which is always cool. And I've kind of messed it up in here, but there's a lot of stuff included. So let's just kind of take a peek at this stuff so you can see what is in a kit. We've got all kinds of stuff in here. All right. So it comes with all right, so here is the tissue paper that wraps it up like a gift. And I love opening it every time. Okay, and then they provide beautiful envelopes. I'll tell you, they're some of the most beautiful envelopes I have, except for some of the ones I make, right? So you get enough envelopes for your cards. Now this kit has 3 cards, 3 types of cards, and 3 each. So we're going to have the supplies to make 9 cards, but I'm actually going to end up with more than that. You're going to see that when I have a card base that is double designed, many times this is what I'm going to cut in half to use for the alternate cards. Now I am going to do that tonight, but I'm going to do it with the ones that are in Shy Shamrock. The second card front is in a pink. We have all kinds of die cuts from cherries, peaches, lemons. We've got vellum die cuts. We've got die cuts for our sentiments that are in here. As far as adhesive, we got tear and tape and dimensionals and mini glue dots. And check this out. We got sparkling die cut words. Aren't they gorgeous? So these are some of the extra ones I have for the other cards to make. We've got linen thread that is in the card design. We've got some larger die cuts. These are about a half a piece of paper. We've got vellum and a frame of foliage. And that's just something I stamped here. Let's see. We have a full stamp set, and what I really like now is in your kit, they give you this printed, and then I just put my stamps back on the window sheet with the plastic covering, and I put them right in here, and I keep these in a recipe box for future use. So I already have the stamps that I need right now mounted on acrylic blocks. And the first paper pumpkin you do get an acrylic block. This is the little thing of adhesive, but I already have some I'm using. Now this, oh, I don't know, shimmer paper, whatever. I already have all the words out, but I am going to cut all of the edges and use them for accents on cards. So, and I think I already told you, we always get a spot, at least one, and usually at least one time a year, they'll give us a bonus spot as well. I'm going to use my full size spot for that. And then we have a full set of directions. So let me get the kit part out of our way. And on these directions, so it shows you a picture of the finished projects. And on the back, they show you all the parts and pieces, which is what I've been sharing with you. We are in the second quarter of the year. We are using this set of dies. Now, I don't have this set, so I'm not going to be using that with what I have. I'm going to use an alternative stamp set and dies. If you would miss the tutorial that I do how to put this kit together, you can use this QR code. It tells you also the colors that coordinate. So tonight, for the alternatives, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight, Shy Shamrock, and a little Pool Party, I think. Okay, and then as you open the instructions, the first thing you're going to see down on this inner flap are the 3 projects and being able to gather the parts and pieces for you to go ahead and make those projects. So that's what I've gone ahead and done with the envelopes and putting everything together as we get started. And then when you open this, the full length, there's a ruler in here to use to measure paper or your linen thread or whatever you would need a ruler for, 18 inches. You actually have it right here. And then there is the instructions for project 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to start with 1 tonight. And after I do the kit projects, I'm actually going to share 2 alternatives with you. So stay tuned. We're going to get more out of our kit. Well, this is funny. I was looking for the gems that go with this kit. They were in this first card. I got some alternate ones out of my stash because I couldn't find it. So no worries. Now we've got the real deal. Aren't these beautiful? They're iridescent pearls. That's the bling for this. And let's make sure everything came out of the envelope. All right, so we've got our envelope here. We're going to be using the I'm trying to think which color this is. One of the pinks. No. I should take that back. I bet you this is Peach Pie. Still getting used to some of those new color names. They don't come to me instantly. But it's always in the catalog, right? All right, so we have our card base. This is going to be a landscape card. And we're going to go ahead and do our stamping first. And let's see, we've got the label provided. I'm going to use my Shy Shamrock ink. And we're going to write, "Wish you were here." Now, I was conditioning these stamps in advance, so hopefully we'll get some nice sentiment stamped here. All right, we've got that. And that's all the stamping we'll need for this one. Okay, then we're going to take one of the die cuts, and it actually has little stitching all around the edges as a die cut. It's very pretty. And we're going to wrap the twine linen thread around here. So let me go ahead and do that. I've already measured and cut this to be 30 inches. And I'm going to go in between. I did put the dimensionals on the back just to save a little time. But it looks like they want me to wrap this around. Oops. twice. So I put it in the back. I'm wrapping it once. And then I'm going to wrap it again and bring the ends up in order to tie the bow on here. So let's see, did I trying to get it slide it so it goes this way a little bit. There we go. Now let's try that again. See if I pulled it the correct way. All right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this in a bow. But bow or not, either one will work. And I want to kind of keep the, you know, the linen thread looking like it's kind of orderly here. And so that you can see the layers of it. Okay. And I keep pulling it to go the other direction. But I want to do all my designs on that side of the card. So let's pull this a little bit more this way. Yep. You know, I can't think in reverse here. So now it's this one that needs more. All right, there we go. Everybody's dreaded tying bows and tying knots. I'm just tying a knot in this because I must have cut it short on that 30-inch side. Okay, so we've got this. If you wanted to cut this down and actually make a bow out of the linen thread, you could do that too. Could have actually secured it on the back and done that, but let me just trim this a little bit. A little bit on this side. Okay, so we've got that. And now I'm just going to flip this over and take the backs off my dimensionals. Okay, and I'm going to line this up, kind of know where my card opens here, and I'm going to line this up right with the top of this. And you know what? Now when I'm looking at this the other way, the way the ribbon wanted to go, or the linen thread, was the right way. It's on the other side. Oh well. We will improvise. So isn't that nice just to have it's dimensional and, you know, a contrasting color? Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and build the card front here. So I'm just going to use one set of cherries. You can see there's two in this design, but remember I'm going to make additional cards. So where I think just one die cut will work, that's what I do. And we're going to do Miss You, and it's going to be on top of here. And this is, I already have the mini glue dots put on here. So let me just go ahead and pop those out of our way. I just love this, you know, shimmer paper, glitter paper, whatever it is. It is so pretty. And I really had fun doing it for the alternatives too. So now I'm going to go over where I put the linen thread. Okay. And then the little dot on the eye also has a little glue dot behind it. And remember the secret that if you lose the little dot that is the I whenever you cut these letters out, you can always use an embellishment. You know, oh, but it flipped. You don't want it that way. All right, it's going to be one of those kind of days. Yeah, you can see it, but now all of a sudden it changed it to the skinny view. Well, we're going to work with it. Maybe. So I am sorry for the skinny view now, but I'm glad you can hear me and stuff. Sorry, guys. I'll tell you, that just frustrates me. Okay. Well, anyway, let's put on the sentiment over the twine. Linen thread, twine, you know I'm going back and forth with that. And then I'm going to put the U underneath that sentiment. Okay, so we've got our Miss U. And then we're ready to add our cherries. Oop, and there's some stars. Is there just two? Of course, the third star. Nope, there's two. They're kind of stuck together a little bit. There's one, and then, okay. And where are those? They're going to go by the cherry. So the cherry's got to go on next here. All right. And I think it's going to be just fine here by the twine. All right, and then there are teeny tiny vellum stars that are on here, and I put a glue dot behind them because then you can't see the adhesive. And so we're going to put this right there by the cherry. I mean, sometimes the detail they put in here blows my mind, but I guess they had a little space left. Why waste it? Why not make vellum stars, right? And we're going to put one right here. Maybe. Well, I guess it wants to be right there. And now we're going to do the smallest one. And let's put that up here. Okay. And then I have these beautiful pearls. And it says, go ahead and use 1 large and 2 small pearls. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll put a large one down here. And a small one right next to it. And then another small one. And I'm going to put that right in the center of that star. There. So, and I know there's a shadow here. Maybe that is all right to see it. So there is card number 1 with the pink envelope. And we'll move on to project 2. Okay, and this one, let's go ahead and take out all the parts and pieces here with the green envelope. Okay, and I'm going to just slide these off of here, and we're going to go ahead and do the usual bone folder for the card base they've provided. Now this is going to be another landscape card. And we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And this one is going to say, so much to celebrate. Okay, we've got that. And the next thing we're going to do is, let's see, the back of this is actually, I'm going to figure it out once I get the other images on here. So we've got a very large thing of leaves, and that is going to go, let's see, it seems like it tilts a little bit more that way. And we're going to use the tear and tape that they've provided and just put a line of tear and tape behind this. And I think it won't matter because we're going to cover it up with die cuts. So I am just going to put it right in the center there and, you know, press it down really good and then use my take your pick tool to pick it up off of here. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and put this kind of at an angle. Okay. And then we've got 2 vellum leaves. Let's see, I have no glue dots on there yet. So I'm going to do the glue dots. And the instructions are telling me just do it by the stem. So that's what I'm going to do right there. And right here. Once again, I don't know what I'd do without the take your pick tool. Especially when I was out gardening and ended up cutting off some of my fingernails. So you know what, when you don't have that to pick things up or to take the top of the adhesive off, it's kind of a challenge. All right, so let's get just right here. I'll put 1 vellum leaf and we'll do another one over here. Okay. Then we have the 12 inches of thread here, and this time we're just going to make a little crisscross, kind of, you know, as if it were a bow on one side, and then bring it across to make it look like a bow on the other side. You know how I'm going to do this? I'm going to put a glue dot right here in the middle and then press the linen thread right into it. That way it'll stay. I think I'm going to put 2 of them in here actually. There, now I have somewhere to, you know, kind of center this. And then I'm going to just go fold it kind of one way and let it loop. Wow, it has a mind of its own. You know how it was wrapped around the tube? It kind of wants to go that way. All right, so let's get the loop out here. There we go for that. And we'll put another loop that's going down. There. Okay, so we've got the loop. We'll trim it after we get the lemons on here. So let's see, we have the large lemon's going to go on top. The little lemon is going to go underneath. So I'm going to put the little lemon kind of with the leaf up in the air a bit. Okay, and then with this one, now I have 1 dimensional up here, but they want me to put 2 dimensionals to kind of attach them there. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to put it right so it attaches here and it attaches there. All right. You can also use your take your pick tool to get the top adhesive off your dimensionals too. And I got it off of there. All right. And then I'm going to just put this off center a little bit. trim the little bit of string there. Okay. So we've got that. Now we're going to do our congrats across this. And so I put the dimensionals on here already and then a glue dot to go on top of the lemons. So this is going to, the dimensionals are where the lemons are not, so that it all will be raised. So there are different adhesive, there's different adhesive types used to make it flat so it doesn't, like this middle G doesn't pop up more than anything else. Okay. So I just want to make sure that the G is over the lemons. Right there. And then I had the two other dimensionals there and on the C, and then this stays straight across and now it's flat on the top of the card. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put a little tear and tape, or just, you know what, I can just use a glue dot here. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on the end again. So kind of think about the height of the different things on your card when you're layering and in particular doing sentiments. A lot of times that's the thing that you have to be, you know, concerned about, or the label for your sentiment. So this is the flat part, and then there's dimensionals down here. All right, and then I have to get some pearls here. And let's just go with a big one up here and a small one. I love that they give us embellishments, and I always have extra that I can use on other cards, which I really enjoy. All right, so there is card 2. Oh, yes. So some people are really fruity and some people are not, Kathy. I understand that. Okay, let's go to card 3. Yeah, I was kind of stuck as to what I was going to do with alternatives, but I'll show you. And then there was a stamp set, for those of you that have been doing this a very long time, called Fruity Phrases. Do you remember that? I was going to pull that out, and I have a kitchen set with fruit in it too. But I thought, I'm going to use what we have. And I didn't go digging. But anyway, there are things, and you may have them in your stash, you know, that you could use with these stamp sets. Okay, now this one is going to be portrait style. So we have that. We're going to pull out our little sentiment label here. This one is going to be Sweet Friend. And we'll get that stamped. Okay. And then we have, now this is really cool how they have done the vellum. And you're going to see the tear and tape. Can you see it underneath here? I have the tear and tape, but that will not show now once I lift that off because it's totally clear. Okay. You can also, you can buy something called vellum tape too. That works well when you're using vellum. Okay, this is going to go just centered on here. And then I'm going to take the foliage, and I've already put little adhesive, you know, the glue dots on here. So I'm just going to take them off. I can find them all. Let's see. think I only did 3. Okay, so then you're just going to eyeball this with the edge of the vellum. And I just set it down really lightly so that then I can press it once I feel like it's aligned. There we go. Okay. So now we have the card front. And now in this one, they're with our 12 inches, they want us actually to do a bow. All right, so I'll tell you, these are wild and woolly linen thread. Okay, let's put that right there. And I'm going to get a glue dot underneath there. And I'm going to put it right where the knot of the bow is going to go. All right, so we've got a little different loop sizes there. All right, now we're going to put our peaches on here. So there is one dark peach here. Now, believe it or not, they had 6 different peaches that go on here. So little interesting. And some have dimensionals and some have just glue dots because they're getting stacked on one another. So this is one of the ones that just has a glue dot. Okay. And then let's see, we've got the double peach up here and a little peach there. I had to count the color and then how many leaves helped me know where they intended to put these. So this one is underneath, kind of right there. And then we've got a bigger one on top. And then one little one. Let's see, I'm going to wait to place that after I do my sentiment. Let's get the dimensionals on the one we stamped. Okay, and we're first going to do our hello. And once again, this is where there are dimensionals at the end and just a glue dot under the H because that's going to go on top of those peaches that are already raised. Okay, and now we have our sweet friend right below here. And let me take the adhesive off our last little peach. And we've got our embellishments. Let's do these again. All right, so there is our third card. Try to get it in the light a little bit there. All right. So that is going in the peach envelope. So those are the 3 projects, all right? So I am now going to share with you the 2 alternatives that I did using the kit. All right, I better move my ink pad a little bit, but there you can see those. But let's do some alternatives. So need to just move some things around here. Get out some different stamps. All right. So now as I explain this to you, what I'm doing with my alternatives is, remember one of the card bases, the card base for this, the front and the back had this beautiful, it looks like painted plaster with some, variety in it or texture, put it that way. Okay. That's what I decided is going to be my, card front. Okay, and I have a number of things here that I'm going to do. So I'm going to have my card base be this Daffodil Delight because I think this is so bright and cheery. So we're going to go with that. And that was one of the colors in the lemons. All right, and then I'm going to have the card front. So I'm just going to glue this right on here. Okay. So what would have been one card by using a little of my, cardstock in my file. I'm going to make 2 cards instead of 1. All right. Then I wanted to have a little bit of this foliage, but I'm going to share this between 2 cards. So I'm going to, I just want this to be on the top. So what I'm going to do is kind of clip this where there's some leaves. So it kind of looks like it belongs there. All right. And so I'm just going to take my small scissors and I'm going to clip right above where some of these leaves would be joining. All right. So now this is going to be for my next card. So, but now I've got some accent on here. But before I put this on here, when I was working with this, I thought the white just blended in too much with this, variegated background. So I decided that I had to make a solid element to make it pop a little more. So I just took some Pool Party and I used, actually, let's see, this is the Stitched So Sweetly dies, and it's the 4th smallest or the 3rd largest one that I decided to use, okay? And I'm just going to center that towards the top of the card because I just want some background. And, I probably could have chose a whole bunch of colors, but I'm just trying to leave this part a little muted so the design is more prominent. Okay, so we'll just kind of center that on 3 sides. All right, then I'm going to put my foliage. I need my little silicone mat here. And I'm going to put just a couple of dots of glue. Oh, that got to be a big dot of glue. Well, no, I don't have to keep pressing because I got some. Okay. So now I'm going to use the the DSP card front as the guide for where I want to line up my leaves. So I want them to look like they're going over that edge. Okay, so, here's when you have foliage or die cuts, or even when you have your own stamp sets and die cuts, you don't have to use the whole one on your card. You can cut them up, right? All right, let's see. I have the Miss. Thank goodness I didn't lose the little I. All right, I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. And this little I just covers the dimensional, or the dimensional just covers it. And then I'll put some on the S, trying to find the widest parts of the sentiment here. Okay. So I'll put my Miss on here first. Oops. Then I'll put my I on there. Or the dot, I mean, for the I. Okay. Now what I decided to do to get more out of this card set is the Miss U that was on this card as a set. I decided that I was going to make 2 cards, but I was going to find a sentiment set that could fill in the U. And so I found the Happy Little Things. And so I'm going to use Celebrate on my next card, but on this one, I'm going to use the U. And see, there's an outline and there is a color or a solid. I'm going to use the solid stamps for both of those. So just to save us a little time, I did stamp this already, but I'm going to fussy cut this out because I didn't want a big chunk of white here. It just looks not the way I wanted it to look. So I'm going to go real close to the whole word and start cutting it out that way. And then I'm going to try to go the same distance around the side here. And then I'll make another straight cut right across the bottom again. Take that part out. And then I'm going to start just following the letter here to round this corner off. Okay. All right, I am going to go inside the U. And then in between the letters, I'm just going to leave a little white paper connector. So I'm going to stop halfway, and then I'm going to go around the U. Or no, I'm sorry, the O. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the O. And just make a straight connector. And then go up the side of the Y. In the middle here, I'm going to snip out a little triangle. And then on the bottom, I'm going to take out the part that I need to and just keep the little connector. Now, if you wanted to cut all the letters out, you could. I just wanted them to stay together. So that's up to you. You might have liked it just to, be all cut out. But the thing is, I couldn't cut out the center of that O without making quite a mess. So I decided to leave it like this. And now this part, because once again, I like dimension, I am going to put this down flat. So just add a little glue here. And just put it, oops, right under the frame. Now I got glue on me. So I think that helps make it pop. And then let's do the lemons here. And this time I'm going to put the bottom one, the larger one on the bottom. And I like pairing the lemons. I, thought about, do I just want to leave this? Now, I'm interested what you think. Hi, Betty. I think it's kind of naked with, just the one. I guess if you just had the one, it would be okay. But I liked popping up this second one. It seemed to just finish the card a little bit better. Wow, I gotta see if I can get that glue off my hand. Okay, so then I'm just gonna kind of, lay this one more casually right next to it. So 1 lemon or 2 is the question. And then on the inside, I want to stamp, let's see, it's from the set that goes, the stamps that go with this, and it's so cute. It says, let's see here, sending a big squeeze. Get it with the lemons? I thought that was cool. If you happen to have a lemon stamp, I would put it in here, but I don't have one. Or at least not one that I could find easily. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put just a piece of scrap from that card front or card base in here for a little extra interest. And then glue in the whole thing. All right, so that's the center. And I like this this side font in a straight line on the bottom of cards on the inside. I don't know what there is about that, but I really like that as a design element. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, the 2. Okay, so there's the first alternate card. Let's go ahead and use the second half of that card base and make the next alternative. All right, so I got to use some of the things that I had. So now I'm going to use the U in this one. Now I decided to do a little layering to make this a little bit more fun. We're going to do some, think when I do, let's see, that's inside. And all right, I'm missing something. Where'd it go? All right, do you see the word celebrate? I had it. There it is. All right, make that a little faster, but let's go ahead. I am going to use the stamp You Did It. Now this is from the Happy Little Things. I'm still making graduation cards. Okay, so You Did It. And we have a little scrap again, so I'm just going to center this on the bottom. I have a new glue bottle, and it is kind of goopy. Okay, so we've got that for the inside of our card. Let's go ahead and layer up our piece of the card base we're using. And I'm doing this one with, this is the new In Color Shy Shamrock. And I'm doing Daffodil Delight as a layer in between. Let's go ahead and fold our Shy Shamrock here. All right, I'm going to just put this inside right away. Okay, and then we're going to put the layers on the front here. So I didn't do an extra layer on the other card, but you know, as I was doing this, I thought, well, I'm not going to do them both the same way. Got to add a little interest, right? So you have choices if you want to use these designs. Okay, so then let's go ahead and use our sheet again to get a little bit of glue on the back of our leaves. So once again, I just make dots, or, you know, drag the tip a little bit, either where it's between leaves and there's a little spot, or along the side of a leaf. Now let's see here. I want to be able to overlap, so I'm not going to put as much glue down here on the lower leaves so that I can do some tucking of things. All right. So I'm just going to use the edge again of the DSP to line this up. Okay, and I don't want this attached down here. Good. All right, because now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the 2 3/8 inch punch that I've been using lately. I'm loving this punch. It's a great size. And I'm just going to punch a circle out of the Daffodil Delight. And this is going to be what I put the U on to, you know, stand out. And I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. So let's just grab a couple here. So any punch you have can serve as this type of background, or, you know, to accent around your sentiments. I just decided I didn't want it all to look like squares and rectangles. So that's why I decided to use the circle. All right, and then I'm going to glue this flat because I already popped this up. So just a little glue again. There we go. Kind of center this in the circle. And then I just, cut around the label to make this one square. And I am going to pop that up. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to have that kind of almost is the same. It looks funny with that leaf. So I'm going to go over that, or do I want to go up here? I think I want to show the leaves that are down there. So I'm going to put it right here. And there you have the Celebrate You Did It. And really it was minimal additional cardstock that I used. Most of this was from the kit, and then from that stamp set. So those are the two alternatives that I prepared for you tonight. And I just want to let you know, next month for the Paper Pumpkin Workshop, I am going to move it to 1 o'clock on Mondays instead of 6 p.m. As I've been asking people for feedback, it seems like that's going to work out fine. So starting August 5th, I'll remind you, but I just want to let you know. I also want to let you know that being July, I have a new tutorial for anybody that's interested in any Stampin' Up! Products, and that includes Paper Pumpkin. A $50 purchase will get you this free 4-card tutorial on Lighter Than Air. And the thing I like about this tutorial, so it's all about hot air balloons on here, but anything that you have that could, this would be a great card tutorial for things with balloons as well. So, but you could use anything and just use the design elements. And so really good pictures of how to put this together, colors, and step-by-step instructions. So that is going to be all month for any $50 Stampin' Up! Product purchase. All right. So with all of this here, any other questions? So let's go back, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining me for Paper Pumpkin. I'll be live again on Wednesday, and that will be, and now I'm calling it, let's see, a free live card making lesson. I'm not just doing Facebook Live anymore. Now these are broadcast on Facebook and on YouTube. So I needed to change the name. And it's not the same as a class, so that's why I'm calling it a lesson. But anyway, I didn't want to confuse you. If you see that out there, I would appreciate your feedback on this video and the Paper Pumpkin Kit. And I'm Tracy Rather from Plum Crazy Stamping, and it's my job to make stamping easy for you. So let me know how I can help. Thanks again. Have a wonderful couple days, and I'll look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.